Hey guys, how y'all doing? It's me, Johnny, and welcome back to a new Sorare video. Oh god, the new scoring matrix is out and everyone is losing their mind. I include myself in that category as well. It has been a few hectic days lately, but honestly, lads, I welcome it because it keeps the game fresh, even though some of my players might be hurting due to the score changes. Even though there are a few things that I definitely disagree with the new scoring matrix, I like the fact that the game is not going to become stale and remain the same way forever and has a chance of changing. Also, from what I've seen in a stream that Quinny and Nellis were doing, I think they both, or Quinny said that apparently there was a matrix change last year or before that, and due to the feedback, they changed it like a couple of days, couple of weeks later, and tweaked it. So if there is something that the entire community is very unhappy about, I'm really hoping that Sorare is listening and going ahead and making those changes once again to basically have it the way it kind of used to be, but from not used to be, but like to have it in a more balanced way, basically, is what I'm trying to say here. Because the one thing that really stands out to me is that the top tier goalkeepers playing for the top teams with a top defense in front of him are now going to be even more valuable because they will be the ones that will make the difference each and every single week. Like, if you want to win a star rare reward, I genuinely believe that you cannot have a goalkeeper that has like a 50-point game. Most of the people up there will have a goalkeeper that has like 75 to 90 points in order to win those star rewards. At least that's what I personally feel like is going to happen. And at the same time, people that have defensive stacks, every time you concede a goal, if you have a goalkeeper and two defenders from the same team, which a lot of people do have, if you have that in your lineup, if you concede a goal, it takes away 11 points from your entire lineup. That is crazy, especially considering the bonuses for those players. If they are super rares, my god, you're losing so many points. If they are rares, you're still losing a bunch of points on top of the 11 due to the percentages. So it's mad. I don't necessarily enjoy that. I don't like the fact that there is more emphasis on getting clean sheets now. I was really hoping that they wouldn't necessarily change anything about goals conceded for goalkeepers, but rather, you know, improve their scores a little bit through the passing play. You didn't have to give them 0.1. That's maybe a little bit too much. Just give the goalkeepers 0.05 per pass that they play. 0.3 for every long pass they play into the opponent's half that actually is accurate, rather than, you know, kind of balancing it out. You know, statistically, they kind of balanced it out with the whole, you get a lot of points for good passing play, but at the same time, if you concede, you're dead. So I don't like that, because a lot of goalkeepers like Alisson, like Mike Maignan, like Ederson, if he ever comes to the platform, a lot of the goalkeepers like Neuer, for example, that play a lot of passes, Paul Lopez, for example, as well. Now that Sampaoli is gone, the manager's gone, I don't know if they play the same system, but still, a lot of those goalkeepers that play a lot of passes and on top of it can get clean sheets because they have a decent defense in front of them, they're going to be so valuable. Like, that's maybe something that will be the biggest, like, I don't know, it will be the biggest difference maker, I feel like, in terms of winning rewards or not. So every time your team, your lineup, your defense concedes a goal, you're going to be sat there thinking, oh man, no chance at a star reward. Hopefully I get a tier 3. And look, I'm not saying everyone is entitled to win a star reward, but I feel like the bigger accounts with the better players will benefit from this a lot more than the people that have those goalkeepers that were for a mid-table team that did concede a few goals here and there, but got good AA to make up for it through a lot of saves that they've had. Now I feel like that could kind of change, but Sorare themselves have come out and said, you know what? It will actually technically improve goalkeeper scores, which I don't think it will for most people, because most people don't have the best goalkeepers. So if you look at the ones that are like the lower tier, lower scoring goalkeepers that sometimes get those decent scores because they face so many shots and don't concede 3 goals and get like 50 points, 55 points, they probably will not be looking so good anymore. Like, I don't know. Like, for example, let's take a look at my man Young Kwang. Oh no, let's not do it on this page. We need to use that page for something later on that I want to talk to you guys about. Young Kwang, where is he? Kim Young Kwang. All right, here it is. Okay, this is going to be very interesting because this could either really say what I'm talking about here, like confirm it, or it could be a bad thing to look at. But I'm going to do it together with you guys here to see how things go. So Kim Young Kwang with the new Matrix, 27, 33 to 39. With the old Matrix, way better. It's a plus, like, oh my. Oh, yeah. Low, like, bad goalkeepers are going to get absolutely terrible now. Let's take a look at the scores in a visual sense. By the way, Sorare data, you guys are incredible. Like, I do not know any company or any website that updates so quickly. You guys must have a build of this site. I don't know how, like, building sites works and all that stuff. I have no clue. But the way they have this set up, they can add to it so quickly, and it doesn't ruin this site completely. Because for many sites that I know, including Sorare themselves, when you add new things, it breaks something somewhere else. So I like the fact that Sorare Data is doing it in this way. Great job, guys. Whoever sets up your page is an amazing guy. But new Matrix scores. So with the old Matrix, these lows were not as low because obviously you have additional negative decisives now as well. That's something to consider. So if your goalkeeper fouls someone, gives away a penalty, and also concedes 3 goals, well, good luck. Or error led to goal, yeah, that's not looking good. So you can see immediately when we change this, his lows are super low now, right? Like there, he had 16 points. Now he will have 0. That's the difference, right? Now, at the same time, you can also see with the dark green scores, right? The times where Kim Young Kwang gets a clean sheet, which is very, which barely ever happens lately. But when he does, his highs are a little bit higher. Like, look at this. He has 9 60 to 70s, 2 70 to 80s, and nothing after that. Now it goes to 7 60 to 70s, 1 plus on 70 to 80, and another one in 80 to 90, which he didn't have before. So you now have goalkeepers basically either getting insane scores through getting clean sheets and stuff and getting like 80 plus, possibly, or you have them down at the bottom ruining your lineup mode. And I don't like that. I really don't like that. I really hope they can implement a system and kind of like revamp this a little bit that basically just raises the floor of goalkeeper scoring a little bit, because why not? Like, defenders get great points for, you know, when their team dominates a game, they just play sideway passes, which they addressed, by the way. I want to say that. But like, people were getting insane scores for doing nothing in insane teams, and they would get that clean sheet bonus plus 10, blah, blah, blah. And now I feel like goalkeepers should have had something that can take their floor a little bit higher to, you know, have more of a positive impact on your team rather than, you know, make or break your lineup. Because now I genuinely feel like your goalkeeper is going to make or break your lineup. That's how it's going to be. Now, at the same time, I don't know if I mentioned this already, but if you have a defensive stack, your goalkeeper and 2 defenders from the same team, every goal will cost you 11 points. And depending on which scarcity you play, rare, super rare, unique, whatever it is, the points that one goal will take away from your team is just huge, because every goal conceded for a defender is a -4, I believe now, instead of -3, which, again, I don't like. And now you also have the goalkeepers getting -3 for each goal conceded. Again, don't like. But generally speaking, if you have that defensive stack, it can be very detrimental. If you have a bad matchup, your team is probably going to concede. It's not going to be a good week for you. But let's just say you have Magno, AC Milan's goalkeeper. You have Theo Hernandez, who's a fullback, who's going to benefit massively, I reckon, from these new changes. Let's take a look at Theo Hernandez's scores real quick. So if you have Theo Hernandez, Magno, SO5 scores, please. Thank you. So you can see right here, take a look at his scores, new Matrix scores. That's what we have. And you can see a lot of things have changed here. So he gets, in the new Matrix scores, he gets +3 on his 80 to 90 range. So a bunch of the 70 to 80s are deleted. So his highs are now insanely high. And I think in those matchups where your defender doesn't concede, where your fullback, where your goalkeeper doesn't concede, where your fullback actually gets hurt less for losing possession and possibly can get an assist as well because he takes corners like this man and also bombs forward and tries to get assists. Theo Hernandez could be unbelievable for that. And on top of it, if you have a Tomori alongside him, who, let's see if Tomori benefits from this actually, real quick. 65, 66, 59. I mean, he doesn't necessarily, right? 64 goes to 65. He does benefit there. And then the 65 goes to 66. Oh, actually, looks like he might be benefiting. His L40 doesn't, though, which is interesting. But let's say you have that defensive stack of a team that is actually defensively quite sound, with Mike Magnon, an amazing goalkeeper, with Theo Hernandez, and also with Tomori. While it will hurt you a lot when this team concedes, at the same time, if this team gets a clean sheet, bro, you're in for a reward. Like, if you have good midfielder and a decent forward as well, that doesn't ruin your lineup, it's looking amazing. Like, having a defensive stack, while it is extremely risky, can be very beneficial now, because every other team that does concede a goal, which tends to happen a lot, more often than not, especially for not the top teams, you'll be looking at a massive differential when your team gets a defense, when they get a clean sheet, while others just don't. The defensive stack could be a good play. It is very risky, but it also could be a very good play. Let me know your thoughts on that one in the comments down below. But what I wanted to talk about today specifically was Specialist Rare. Your boy is getting involved in Specialist. Now, ideally, I want to play Specialist in Limited, which is something I definitely want to do. It is something that I really, really want to work my way into. So with the upcoming next few rewards, if we ever win any ever, I want to utilize the ETH that we get from them to build myself a very, very good Specialist Limited team. So basically, I want to get one superstar limited, like a Messi, for example. I would love to add that to the club. And I'm very tempted to just go out there and spend the money and get them into the club right now. But the European League hasn't started yet, so I'm just going to, like the top 5 leagues, I'm just going to wait those few game weeks that we have ahead of us. If I don't win anything, I might deposit even more and get those players, because I genuinely believe Sorare as a product is amazing and I just have so much fun. And Specialist Limited, from what I've seen so far, has been unreal. Like, people have been winning just unbelievable rewards in there. So if we go in here and we go to rewards, right, and we go into the Specialist Limited, it's just incredible. So we have, where is it? Specialist Limited. So, oh my God. Are you kidding? First place got a rare Lewandowski. Second place got a Joe Min-Q, Luciano Acosta, Jovelic, Pablo Ruiz, Walker Zimmerman. Like, there are so many great players that you can win in here, especially with the European players coming back into the prize pools. Specialist Limited prize pools should become bigger, and at the same point, the rewards should become insane. And I'm genuinely not joking when I say this. Specialist Limited might just be the most important division to take part in for me and any players that play the rare divisions. This sounds mental when saying this, but in terms of investment to return on investment, this could be the place where it makes such a difference on your gallery. So I can't believe I have avoided this for this long, because I didn't take it serious. But Specialist Limited is the only way I would ever come back into Limiteds, and it is going to happen. It very much is going to happen. And I want to build a really good Limited gallery that is just focused on Specialist. And I want to have like 2 really good ones. Obviously, I want to start off with one first, but I want to have like a Messi and possibly someone else that is constantly high scoring. So I want to have that set up. And then I just want to play in here, man, because the rewards are just too enticing to not to. And even like the decent regular limited rewards here that you see, obviously they're not insane value, but Francis Amuzu here is around, what is it, 50 euros, maybe something around that. I wouldn't mind that, like constantly churning out some decent rewards here as well within limiteds to just keep them and also use them in the Specialist Limited League in terms of like good matchups and such. Wouldn't be a bad thing. Like, it could be its own, what's it called? Not economy. Its own ecosystem. Let's go. Woohoo! The German has found another word. But yeah, like, Specialist Limited is definitely something I want to play. And now I want to jump into Specialist Rare. Now, I want to go into the gallery of Meldonium here. He did win Specialist Rare in Game Week 262, where we still had a bunch of the European leagues playing. I wanted to go back all the way there to showcase this. Cuadrado, now, with the new changes, as an attacking fullback, he could be unbelievable. So he won Cuadrado coming in first in Specialist Rare. He is probably worth around 2.5k at this stage. I do believe a lot of people are buying into Cuadrado right now, and a lot more people will be buying into him, I reckon. Let's see his scores. New Matrix looks good. Old Matrix, 69 on L15, 72. 59, New Matrix, 61. So you can definitely see that Cuadrado benefits massively from this. I mean, he is going to be insane. I like him a lot. So he won Cuadrado at that point. Another one won a Raul Gustavo Super Rare, who in under 23 is a beast. So there will be tier 1 Super Rares to go for in the Specialist Rare division, and that is why I am going to be playing in there. Now, let me jump into the club real quick and showcase you guys a bunch of the purchases I've made that I'm extremely proud of. I'm seeing in the Sorare Discord something has been announced. Is it official support? It's just official support. Well, it's okay. Website maintenance scheduled. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. I haven't seen that ever. Anyways, so let's go into my club and see what I've done. Well, guys, I have gone ahead and got myself a Sven Botman, which you guys know about already. I have swapped Sinistera and Castellanos for Thales Magno. Very happy with that. Hayato Araki is a part of the club as well now, but I had to take part in the Celtic hype. And it's not just hype. Celtic is going to be incredible. And I was looking for a European forward because I mainly have MLS, like Asia or America forwards at the moment. And someone in the last video actually commented, Johnny, you need a European forward as well, just in case. And you're right. And I had some ETH laying around. Daisen Maeda is now our man. He is coming into the club as a Celtic forward. I can't wait to use him. He's not under 23 anymore, which is totally fine. He's just a great scorer in general, who also kind of benefits, I think, from the new Matrix, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of people say that he's a player that gets a bunch of interceptions as well and does a little bit of high press. So let's check his scores here. 56, 57 on the old Matrix. Okay. L15 improves, though. L40 doesn't change. Now, a lot of people think that this is going to be Maeda season, so I'm very excited. I would love to get some of these scores, and I think Celtic is going to be very dominant, especially with the signings that they have made and, you know, locked down players like Jota and such. I think Celtic is going to be unbelievable in Scotland. I can't wait for them to be the most dominant force over there and have a bunch of games that they win 4-0, 5-0, and Maeda is going to be taking part in those and doing well. I mean, if we go back here, 6-0 right there, 7-0, 4-0. Like, there are a bunch of those results where he hopefully will not miss out on getting a goal. Like that 6-0, 3 assists. 4-1 gets a goal. 7-0, goal and assist. 4-0, goal. 3-1, goal. Like, he's very good. And I'm very excited to get him in here. And I feel like a lot of people kind of forgot about this guy due to the fact that he's not under 23 anymore. Like, he did used to go for a lot. He did go for a lot less. And now he has picked back up again, which is beautiful to see. So Maeda is a part of the club at this moment, and hopefully for a very long time. But then, guys, I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist. I've done it. I've freaking done it. Boubacar Kamara is mine. All right? I don't care what anyone says. I know he moved into the Premier League. I know he moved into a tougher league. It's going to be a hard time for him over there. I fully understand. But I am such a believer in his talent. I've been watching the preseason games. He plays CDM, has a defender card, which I think that plus 10 for getting a clean sheet will be huge, especially with Aston Villa having signed Diego Carlos as well, who's a great defender. I expect their defensive performances to improve. With Kamara in CDM, it will improve even more. At least that's my thought process behind this. And I've got a 1 out of 10 from the 2020-2021 season. Defender, I love this card. I really, really, really like this card. So I wanted him so bad for my under 23 pro, guys. I really did. He was my number 1 player on the list for a very long time. Could not get him, could not get him, could not get him. Then I said, you know what? I'm not playing Champ Europe. Let's not fool anyone. I ain't winning any rewards with Dimitri Payet and Mazraoui. I need those Messis and Kimmishes. Let's get rid of those players. Let's sell them on, and let's get my boy Boubacar Kamara into the club. So that has happened. I'm very happy about that. Genuinely very happy. Did a little bit of a bulk sale for those players. Let go of a bunch of players. Marlon, Han Boom, Young Kwang, sold him. Paye, Mazraoui, and I got myself my boy. Because I think my gallery is in the best position to be successful in under 23 division. I just need one more. Just one more really good super rare, just like Boubacar Kamara. I'm genuinely so excited about having this one. Like, this is one of those first times where I bought a player that I absolutely love in real life. Like, I've fallen in love with this kid in terms of, like, watching Marseille. I was watching Saliba, Payet. I was watching Rongier. I had a bunch of Marseille players, as you guys know, Paul Lopez as well. And every time I was watching their games, I just thought to myself, why didn't I buy this guy? Why not? And now I've finally done it. I know he plays fast in Villa now, but I'm a big Stevie G fan, Liverpool fan over here. So Kamara is going to be a beast. So let's take a look at Kamara's scores. Boubacar Kamara. Did I press on the wrong one? No, I did press on the right one. So if we go into his SF5 scores and we go to Defender, let's check out his scores here. So new Matrix scores, he has 10 performances in the 60 to 70 range, 4 in the 70 to 80, 3 in the 80 to 90, and 2 in the 90 to 100. Yes! It's better! Let's go! Oh, mate, it's huge. Like, the difference is massive. Am I stupid in saying this? But I feel like the difference is absolutely massive. Am I wrong in saying this? Like, his 50 to 60 range, a bunch of it carries over to the 60 to 70. It does, doesn't it? Yeah, like, it goes from 9, it goes from 14 down to 9, 8 goes to 10, and then you have a bunch of, one of those 60 to 70s pushed over to the 70 to 80. So his good games are going to be even better now, which I love. So that's great. But then again, a couple of people were saying maybe his midfield card will be better. So yeah, new Matrix scores, if he is going to be getting a midfielder item next season, which he probably will, his scores there do improve a lot as well. Like, his 60s to 70s go up a lot. His 50 to 60s get reduced through that. So that's kind of good. It moves over to the right again. But just generally speaking, man, I can't wait. I genuinely cannot wait to see this man play. He is going to be a locked-in player for me every single week in my under 23 Pro because I love him. So Boubacar Kamara is now a part of the gallery. And then I've gone ahead and let go of Keaton Parks, his super rare, which lost out in value in an incredible way. But that's the harsh reality of Sorare, guys. Never invest more than you can lose and not, you know, lose your head about it. You know, the money that I spent on Keaton Parks was, I believe, around 1,000 euros, if I'm not mistaken. And he was down to, I mean, his rare item went from like 400 euros down to 120. So I let him go for a total of like 350 euros in a swap deal with Powell Trader, because I know that he's not going to be playing up until the next MLS season. Who has that patience? I don't. So I've gone in and I looked through Pavel, his gallery, and I picked out 2 fullbacks. 2 fullbacks under 23, both of them, Caleb Wiley and Logan Ndembe. Both of them playing for their teams. Ndembe in the last game getting a 67, which is beautiful. But still, both of these guys, L15 below 40, which is great. So I will be using both of these guys in a specialist competition, which I am very, very excited about, as Fabrizio Romano constantly tweets about any and every transfer ever. I'm just checking that out. So let's go into the upcoming game week, and then after that we can go into the weeks after that and take a look at the teams that we could possibly put up. So specialist rare, there are 11 super rares out there, tier 2 super rares. There could be a bunch of under 23s involved in there, which I would not mind at all. So I'm very excited about that, to be able to compete for that. Now, obviously, these are not tier 0s, but I'm still really liking the opportunity to take part in this for the first time. Obviously, the goal is to be in Specialist Limited. I think it will be a lot better over there to be competing with the players that I want to buy. But for now, I want to test out Specialist Rare, and I'm willing to put some of my best players into this. Now, we are going to be putting in Niklas Hedl into this as an L15 player of 52. So he goes into this one. I do think Rapid might pick up another clean sheet. They have been playing great. Now, the other ones, we will have Caleb Wiley coming in here And alongside him, we will have, yes, I am saying this and I'm doing this. Hill goes into this lineup. Yes, I'm going all out on this one, guys. I'm going to try it all. And in the attack, I want to put in Daisen Maeda, who's going to be playing. So these two guys are the big boys that I want to put into this lineup. And then Lee Myung-jo is very capable of scoring decently, as we see here, 71, 80, 59. I want to put these guys into this lineup. They're going to be playing. I think this specialist rare team could do some damage. I really hope it will, especially if Hill actually turns up again. His scores lately haven't been that great, so I'd rather risk it right now, put him into this team while he's not that great, and see how things go. But that would be a specialist rare lineup. Oh, sorry, no, he can't play. What am I doing here? Hold on a second. This guy needs to go in. There we go. So this is the specialist rare team. I can only have 3 rares that are actually decent. So Hill is coming in as the one that has an L15 above 60. Maeda coming in as one with 52. Hedl with 52 as well. And then the 2 below 40 are these 2 guys that are fullbacks that hopefully will benefit from the scoring matrix changing. I believe both of them are left backs, capable of getting a 79 here, capable of getting a 67 here. And this is why the specialist is quite interesting, of course, because you have those low scoring players. If they do well, that's great. So we are putting these players into the same lineup. Hill, Maeda, do me proud. Hedl, pick up that clean sheet. Hopefully it's going to go well. And actually, in order to see how many points it took last time around, let's go in here and check it out. So 365 points to win it all. Bronze, congratulations. I've seen who he got as a super rare as well. He's one of our viewers that is in this Discord as well. He got a Stade Rennais center midfielder, not Lovro Mayer, a different one that isn't as good, but still is going for a decent price, like 2k, I believe his value is. So GG's on that one. That's a beautiful pickup. But generally speaking, in order to win a super rare in that week, you needed to get into the top 11. And into the top 11, you made it in there with 330 points. And that is very much possible. That is not too far away. And even getting a tier 2 rare, what is it now? It goes up to 45th. Let's check out the 45th position here. 45th, 295 points. That is very much possible with this team that we have just put together for sure. So let's go in there. Let's pretend we know exactly how many points we're going to get here. So Hill picks up a nice little 80-point game. Maeda picks up a 75-point game, right? That puts us up there to 155. Hedl picks up a very nice clean sheet and 70 points again, as he has done in the past 2 weeks. So 155 plus 70. We're already up to 225, if I'm not mistaken. And then one of these boys gets a sick game, and the other one does all right. And we are picking up a tier 2 rare. Nice. Now, at the same time, I think, should I be risking so many great players in this lineup? Because technically, I wanted to put these guys into a very good team as well. So we can talk about this as we move on. So let's show you guys what we're going to go with. Now, we have a massive dilemma in this upcoming game week. And it is the fact that Slovik and Morishige are playing against my other defensive stack, which is Sanfrecce. So one of these lineups is basically, unless the game goes down 0-0, one of the lineups is going to be crushed. As soon as one team scores, the other lineup is dead. So what I'm hoping for is that one team wins with a 1-goal or 2-goal advantage, and that's it, right? So for this lineup, I want to put in Acosta against Inter Miami. I think this is great. Acosta has, 43 L5. L15, 61. He could have been great to use in there, but that sucks. I guess I'll go by L15 just to kind of understand what's going on here. But forward, I want to pair him up alongside Brenner. So Acosta and Brenner against Inter Miami. That could be a very good game. Apparently, Acosta might be injured, though, so he's not actually sure to come back. And if that is true, I might have to change something about the entirety of my lineups. So keep that in mind. Then for the extra position, I was thinking we go with, I believe it was Jesus Ferreira. Was it Jesus Ferreira that I wanted to go with here? Or was it Lee Myung-jo? Oh my God, I can't even remember what I wanted to do. Let's go with Acosta as the captain here, and let's jump into the all-star team. Obviously, this is not all set, but you guys can let me know in the comments down below what you think. Now, the Sanfrecce stack goes into this one. We have Osako, Hayato Araki, and then, we don't have a midfielder. Okay, I did do it wrong. So I need Myung-jo in a different team. Myung-jo gets taken out here. I think Jesus Ferreira goes into this one. Does he? Yeah, I think he does. So we then take over into the all-star team. Here we go. Osako, Araki, Myungjo, Thales Magno because Cecilia is still injured, and Sasaki. So we have the full Sanfrecce defensive stack alongside Myungjo and Thales Magno. The captain for this one, for me personally, would be Mr. Reliable. I love you, Araki. You have decent scores, don't get me wrong, but actually, you know what? Araki is better. I wanted to go with Sasaki, but that is going to be the all-star rare team that we put in. So these are the squads that we could go for. Now, at the same time, I do realize that this is not necessarily ideal to put in some of my best players into a different lineup. The reason behind why I want to put Hill and also Maeda into this, and also Hedel, is because these two lineups, both in the same matchup, easily could both be ruined, and it's happening in the same game. So both teams score 1 goal, basically both lineups die. And the chances of that happening are quite high. So I was thinking, let's just move the best possible players that I have into the specialist rare and see how things go and just test it out. You know, it could very much be a decent week for us where things come together and we get lucky. And that's what specialist is at the end of the day, isn't it? So you only have 1 or 2 or 3 players that you can be certain with, and the rest you just don't know. So I was thinking this could be something that we do put out there. Let me know your thoughts on this, guys. Obviously, changes might happen, especially due to the fact that Acosta might actually not be fit to play. Apparently, he's carrying a knock. I will keep an eye on that. But, yeah, I'm very excited. When we go into, like, game week 296, oh, boy. Look at these lineups that we have now. Under 23 Rare Pro. We have Osako against Kashiva. Not an easy game, but who knows what's going to happen there. I mean, I could also use Hedel, but that's another tough game anyways. So we'll have to make a tough choice there. Kamara goes into it, of course. We have Kökçü and Vitor Ferreira. Kökçü against Heerenveen and Ferreira against Montpellier with really good odds. Hopefully both of these guys start. And Thales Magno goes in there as well. Now, obviously, I want to pick up another super rare. And when I do so, one of these midfielders will then be moved into the under 23 rare. So keep that in mind. And it will be strengthened up as well because Dallas matchup for Ferreira is great. Hedel could still pick up a clean sheet or decent AA scores. So yeah, that super rare that comes in makes a big difference here. I mean, I could go like this for now, under 23 rare pro. Of course, we still have the young man in the name of Mr. Fuji. So we could possibly take out a Kökçü here, put in Vitinha into this spot, right? And then as the extra, we can use Haruya Fuji, which is not necessarily a terrible matchup. And then I would go Vitor Ferreira, captain, bang, or possibly Thales Magno. We'll see what happens there. Actually, Thales Magno, Inter Miami is a decent matchup for him. So that could be the team right there. And then for the under 23 rare, Kökçü, bang. Oops, no! Press the wrong button, Johnny. Come on. Oh, did I just delete it? No, hold on. I just need to do this. Under 23 rare. There it is. Okay, so Kökçü goes into this one, and then he becomes the captain. Safe. Bang. Then we could have 2 under 23 rare teams, which is exactly what I want to do. And due to the fact that we have some really good players, we can mix matchups and just put the players in that have the best possibility of winning alongside the 2 super rares. And then the other ones go straight into the under 23 rare. I genuinely am so excited about this new season coming up, guys. I can't even tell you. I just don't know. I just want it to happen now, you know. I just want it to come around now. Tokyo at home against Osaka. That would be a lineup that we put in for game week 296. Hill against DC United is amazing. Cecilia at this point will be back. I probably would go with Celtic players, though. In this case, Maeda goes into this one. And then as the extra... Ooh, has the extra in this one. I guess, you know what? I would go all out. All out, guns blazing. Cecilia, Gil, Maeda, bang. That's the team. And an all-star rare, we go in with no goalkeeper. I do need to pick up another goalkeeper. Probably will pick up a European goalkeeper along the way. We go with Acosta, Brenner as the Cincinnati stack. And then Araki goes into this one. And yeah. Those will be our lineups then, when everyone is back, basically. Every league is back and playing. I cannot wait, bro. we could possibly have up to 4 competitive lineups. And then if we add in the specialist limited every single week, we could have up to 5 lineups that can be very competitive. I am so excited about it, and I hope you guys are as well. And you can tell that with the European leagues coming back, I am becoming more and more confident about the game itself. And I just want to buy players. I just want to buy players every single day. I just enjoy it so much. But yeah, guys, I'm trying to hold myself back. It's tough, though. When a Boubacar Kamara is on the market, I'm buying. Have a good day, guys. See you next time. Take care and peace.